Cool. Then I guess I'm the only one that doesn't have the static character.
No, I NPC'd you. You died too.
No, I wasn't even there.
Yeah,
You
he
said
one
you'd
shot
follow
and
you.
you. Is first turn one shot and multi attack another shot, and it was the you and Wolfric.
Okay, so what did we decide to do?
Uh,
Actually,
so far, I know that three of you want to not fight. Three of you who are
that's
here who doesn't want to fight.
But
And what is your
and the question did come up as well about there was a way to keep tabs on the worm for an extended period of time. If anyone had that
I can keep
magic
tabs
item.
on it for an hour. I do know that.
Okay.
okay?
Oh, not what I wanted.
I think you just have advantage, not automatic tracking with Hunter's Mark.
You know the direction they're at within a certain range.
Yeah, it's not like a specific character. Like it's not like a constant radar thing, but I have a general idea of where it is.
Would you be able to primeval awareness it?
Primeval, yes.
That's 6 miles, right?
If it's your favored
Yeah.
enemy. It's 1 mile if it's not.
My favorite enemies thus far are aberrations and aberrations.
Would this count as
Okay,
an aberration?
identifiers.
Well, Nani, would I know if this counts as an aberration?
I did do an Arcana check on it.
Yeah, that would work. Can you describe how your character is looking at it and checking?
Hold on.
I guess we will start officially. Okay, so you guys are in the middle of a field of flowers. There are hills and very low trees, but in the area that you guys are currently standing in, there's only one tree in the very center that is supporting the boy who is sleeping in the very center of this field of flowers. And from previous journeys, 5 days you guys are traveling, and it was all desert, and some of you have figured out that this is definitely an illusion, and that it's causing you and perceiving even the smells and the feels and the airs are surrounding it. And all of you guys currently approached very close proximity to the center, and Oz, oh my god, Alon cast one of the magic to reveal the true identities by dispelling illusions, cast it upon the boy and the tree. The truth revealed that this is a giant worm that has a shard of a star that is stuck on one of his eyes through his head. And Wolfric, you are currently there. You can set the imagine distances that you're comfortable with, that you can be in anywhere. And your character feels curious whether this is one type of operation or not. If you do, then how would you like to confirm it? What does your character do?
What does my character do? What roll would I have to make to see if I know if it's an aberration or not?
You describe what your character do, and it depends on that. Roll changes.
He's pretty much just looking over the details, the structure, and
Don't die.
I'm not going to try to. Yeah, he's just looking over its features, its like structure, like
Look-wise, it's extremely identical without any checks. It is exactly the same as the regular wolf boy, a Locanin boy who is sleeping on top of a tree. Although the shard that is sticking out of his eye is extremely painful. Although his face seems to be in quite a peace. You can see a little bit of drooling as well with a happy smile.
even though I already know that it's a worm, since we all saw it
Yep.
dispel magic, I can't discern if it's an aberration just from that quick glance or not.
I believe this one, no.
Fuck. Okay.
Yes, this one, no.
Okay.
Well, before we wake it up, I believe we should decide what we should do and make our move post haste.
No,
Hmm.
I say we just leave it.
All right, let's back away slowly.
We can come back.
Alright, all of you backs away from the worm safely, although he was sleeping. And you guys are at a safe distance from the worm, and likely if you even shouted this distance, a worm wouldn't be able to hear it from where you guys are standing. What do you guys like to do?
Should I chuck a fireball at it? See if it moves. No.
That's your call. I say we continue heading
I'd
north.
need to be holding it to identify, I believe. Right? Yeah, it's a touch spell.
Be in character, what did your characters do?
I think we're sure you head towards
Going
the race.
north,
Yeah.
keeping distance on the purple worm, but going north still towards the races.
Towards
Or wherever we were going. Sorry, I missed that part.
Sunday, Friday. Fuck.
Can you move your mic a little closer? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Going north, keeping distance from the worm.
I thought we were gonna go meet up with the
Are we stopping at the oasis, or are we going past the oasis to that place in the north?
We might as well see what information they can offer us. We do have that writ of friendship.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Unless Sonny fucked off in the middle of the night while we were talking.
Sunny will phase out from you guys. He'll still be around, but he will not be doing much. And in combat,
Okay.
I will exclude him from doing steps unless you guys really want him. And I'll say that you guys will choose to journey upward to the north, and it will take you guys. Technically, I believe that's south direction, but we fucked up, so
Yeah.
my bad. You guys would travel to the south for 3 additional days, and on 8th day, you would arrive to the oasis. And what is this sound?
There's a misclick on my part.
If you were to arrive at the oasis from afar, this seems to be an oasis. At least it used to be, but on where the water used to be hanging on the ground, most of them seems to be floating in the air, as well as few of the trees, and you see also the bones and rocks rapidly just floating around in the air, and once the wind blows, most of them moves away in a different speeds to the directions, but it seems to be moving in not even the same direction, but in a random directions that you can't quite predict from the distances that you see. As you are seeing this from the distances, who has a perception 20 something?
That'd be me.
Yes. Wolfrig, you will notice that there are a few people currently going out of the oasis, and from very inside, where there used to be water source, where you see the very big pond-like structures, although the water is no longer there. There is a cave that is connected to it, and inside you see a few of the people coming in and out as well. And currently there is a group of 4 people who are currently dressed in the desert robe, similar type of things that you have seen in that the paladin was wearing, and the guys who were watching it to the rooftop were wearing, currently coming out from the oasis to the direction of the west.
East.
east.
If that's south, it
West,
would
but
be
yes,
east.
yes. To I should just draw it. This direction.
Okay. So
Yes, thank you.
I tell everyone that there are the paladin or the paladin's followers or whatever. His followers are coming in and out of the cave.
And there is a group
Who
of
wants to do
4
the talking?
members who are specifically going to the east of the oasis.
Yes, and then there are four members going eastward.
How like large is this sort of oasis?
The size is not too big. The
Oh
size
yeah,
of
by
a
the way,
small
I
school. It's still several hundred. It's still like the 100 to 200 meters big around. So 300 feet ish, if you were to describe it. And the oasis itself, there are multiple small ponds that are around it, although they're all empty as waters are floating on the air.
okay. Should we approach, or one of you go scout it out?
I can go scout it out.
Last time I tried to scout something, I became a porcupine.
I think I have the highest stealth.
I have a
Yeah.
7 to stealth.
I have a 10.
Oh yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'll die. I
What
got a
system?
0.
I will scout with whoever said that.
Well, I mean, if you have a 7, that means we're at the same space. So I might as well just go with them.
Okay.
Being the one who can identify whether or not they have one of these objects with them.
If you guys were to approach stealthily, whoever's going, roll stealth. And are you guys leaving your camels behind?
I'll stay with the camels.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay and protect the camels and the rest of the party.
I'll stay with them then.
Okay, so everyone is staying except Wolfric.
Apparently.
Alright. Ooh, alright. 2 of you are going in, and...
So, before that, because I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us too, so...
Okay.
So, 27 and 31.
You mean 31 and 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Vice versa. Numbers are numbers.
Alright. With the elven magic, well, not elven, I guess, wolfish magic, all of you guys are shrouded in silence, and all of you guys march into the den. And if you guys were to go closer and take a look, there are a few of the priests currently going out of the cave, and they seem to be actually harvesting waters from the air. And from the distance, if you observed what they do, the methods of how they're collecting water seems to be quite intriguing. As many of them don't even use their buckets. They have a bucket on one hand, and they point with their hand to one of the pool of waters, and they just seem to be staring at it pretty intensely. And you see a bowl of water, some sort of bubble, just gets split out from the big pool and gets stored into the bottle. And it doesn't seem to be that hard for them, as they're just trying really hard, and some of them seem to be talking with themselves and say, this is getting weird every time when I see it, but it's quite amazing what we can do here. And it seems to be pretty normal things that can be done around here. And if you were to look inside of the cave, we're sneaking around. Inside there is old priest, kind of taking a rest beside a rock that can only be recognized as a shard that was stuck to one of the boy that you have seen back there. Although it has been kind of locked into some of the altars inside, and there are a few of the priests that are standing right beside it as well. If you were to enter the area to cast detect magic, you may be detected. Are you sure you want to do that?
Is it like from the edge of the oasis?
If you just detect magic, you detect magic. If you're doing the edge of the oasis, yeah. The
Okay.
area has some sort of weird magical effect.
Is it the same from the area around the worm? Similar?
Not at the moment. At least
Okay.
at the edge of it, you do not seem to have the same effect. So, yeah.
Okay.
You two are currently sneaking in, and what do you guys like to do?
Um, do we see? Do I see a campsite around? Anything like housing arrangements or?
There is a small cave, and there seems to be bedrolls inside. If you were to just look, they're not trying to hide that they're staying here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a clear camp that is made here.
Are they all? Do I notice the same? I guess regalia of that of the uh paladin guy. Do I know that they're all all his people, or?
All of them seems to be wearing the similar clothing, as I mentioned. You do not see the regalia, as you have not seen that in the paladins as well until he showed.
Okay.
But they seem to be wearing the same traditional clothing that could be found from the town.
Okay. Are they all? I don't even know if we're close enough. Am I close enough to like make out if they're human, or fox, or Wendigo, anything like that?
You should be able to get close with your passive with your 31. If you were to go and observe, many of them are human, although there are some of the other races, such as the elves and those, but majority of them are human, as well
Okay.
as the priest who are inside is a human as well.
Okay, I'm going to. Is there any group of individuals like talking? Like, is there like a group of people talking? Do I see anything like that?
There are multiple groups, mostly collecting water, and some group seems to be trying to prepare for food, as they're collecting the waters from the well.
Okay. So.
I'll just.
So the observant. Do I see? If I can see their lips moving, I can tell what they're saying, and basically
Scales are
anything
off,
about their.
but this should generally describe how it would look like. It should be a little bit bigger in scale. But I'll say that you guys are like hiding in the view of the rocks that are floating around and whatnot. And
Okay.
there are clerics moving around, and as well as the people.
Okay. um.
I'll say that the group is staying somewhere like here, and
Yeah. So.
yeah. So
Okay,
distance
so-
is not accurate, so just keep that in mind. And,
Okay.
yeah. You see the one of the groups that are present in there, and another groups that are collecting the waters, and another group that is currently preparing for a meal nearby up the cave.
Okay.
And I do assume that they do have camels.
E.
Yeah, yeah.
Dog, please don't stand on my computer. Thank you. Okay. No, what is happening? Dog, what did you do? Okay. Eon, what are you doing?
I'm having a hard time visualizing this for some reason.
Maybe you can ask questions.
Sorry, did you mention a cave of any kind?
There is a cave, yes.
Where on the map? Alright, and we can clearly see one entrance.
You can clearly see one entrance, and
I was gonna try and see if I could possibly see if there's another entrance go around.
if you were to look from a distance and try to look inside of the cave, it seems like just the cave is just made and doesn't go that deep. It is not connected into anywhere else.
Alright.
How far have they moved, would you say? I know Elon doesn't know, but
What do you mean?
like moved from the group. How far have they walked along?
I'll say they moved in about 150-ish.
Okay.
Because the area is about, let's say, 300 to 400. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Just want to know how many turns of combat they're going to be in before we can get there.
That's a good idea. Mechanically, yes. They are found, that is, with passive perception. I mean, it's 21.
I mean, I'd say we just get back.
Who has the piece of paper that...
Sonny?
Fuck, that's right, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, Sonny disappeared today. I don't know what happened. Just evaporated. I'd say we just head back.
I don't... What paper are you guys talking about? I look in its inventory.
Nazir
Paladin, right?
will... The Paladin Nazir wrote a letter of friendship so we can show it to Jamal.
I don't think any of us actually put it in our inventory. We just kept it up here.
I think Sonny said he was holding it.
I don't think he wrote it. And when did Sonny say that? Let's see.
Either Sunny or crap. Who got the gold?
No,
The guy who picked it.
yeah, no,
I
but,
thought that was Rue. Rue was
Yeah.
the one who negotiated that, right?
Nazir just mentioned that the just tell them that you are you're being hired by him and you should be good. I don't remember keeping out a paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we
Wait, no, I
definitely
thought
got
he did. Yeah, we got the.
I wrote a summary. I know we got paper.
Yeah,
We
because
got a map and along with that a letter because
And the bag
we
gold.
questioned. Initially, he wasn't giving us a letter. You're right.
The
But
map,
then we
you
were
got
like,
it
well,
for sure.
we would like pen and paper to prove what we say is true, and we meet them, and then they gave us the letter.
Okay, I'll say that one of the group can have it if you want. If you guys want to transfer it anyway.
I think Sunny has it from my notes, and then me and I believe it was Eon. We negotiated for what, the 3,000 gold pieces, I think.
3,000 gold per fraction of the,
Well,
per piece
2,000
of the
gold,
thing.
100 platinum.
And yeah, he gave us a piece of paper. But I think Sunny has it. I wrote in my notes that Sunny has it.
He was the one who wanted it in writing. He was like, "Can we get that in writing?"
Yeah, because Sunny's a skeptical turtle.
Aren't we all?
It is interesting that in his inventory I don't see it. That's the sad part. If you got an item, you should definitely write it down in your inventory to make sure it is, because sometimes my memory blinks and stuff like that. So that's why I do recordings, but that thing makes my mind sleep. But
I'll give you a walking through when I see them.
yeah, but yeah, if you guys want to, one of you can add that into your inventory. Who would like to?
I mean, they're the ones who negotiated, so
Yep. So
probably one of them.
yeah, one of
I
you.
mean, do we have his camel? Like, can it just be on his saddlebag of his camel?
Sure.
I mean, while the players aren't there, they're technically here. They're just quiet and in a comatose
He's
state.
asleep. So his camel's sitting next to me. We got it. What do we need from it? Should I unroll it and get it ready?
If anyone approaches, have it on hand.
Alright. So both of you would return to the group from the oasis. Alright.
Yeah, sure. I don't. Actually,
Where did you send us for the pack?
yeah, I don't really.
Welcome back. You find out where those guys going east were going?
Shit.
Well, that sounds.
I completely forgot about those people. Damn it.
Well,
Can
what'd you
can I
see?
can I see where they went off to? Can I just like roll perception or something? See where they went off to?
Roll perception.
Okay. Come on, roll 20. Hold on, maybe.
What people?
There's a group of individuals that left eastward.
Alright.
Damn.
Ooh.
That 20, okay. You actually do not see them in your sight. However, you see the tiny trail that they have left. And if you hurry now, maybe you should be able to track them.
Okay, I'm gonna go and track these guys. If y'all want to like either accompany me or chill here, it's up to you guys. But I'm gonna go and track these guys. If
Also, with your 20, I should tell you something. That if you're tracking it by foot, you won't be able to catch them.
okay, I'm gonna hop on my camel then and start riding away.
You may not be as successful. That's what I'm saying.
No, I meant to click survival so I could track them.
Yeah, I know, but on the tracking, you may be found.
Hmm.
You still like to track them?
We
What
could
do you
just
guys
introduce
Well,
ourselves. And
Yeah,
say
well,
hi
we have the letter.
to the
Let's go
group.
introduce ourselves and show the letter. And maybe we can even show them about that giant worm. Maybe they'll take care of it for us.
Yeah, I won't track them. We'll go and introduce ourselves.
You at least know what direction they went in, right?
Yeah, do I know which direction? East. They went east. East, yes, east.
Yes.
I remember that. How many was it? 4 you said? Four. Or-
Yep. You see that there was 4 tracks of camel footsteps that are leading to the east. That are kind of faint and tiny, and it's hard to see as it's just all sands. But you should be able to see them. You just saw the footsteps just blissful second.
Gotcha. Okay.
Before we go in, I think. So I haven't done this in the last 30 minutes we talked. As soon as we got to the new location, in my head I probably switched spells just like, and I have locate object prepared. Should I cast
Spell
that before
switching
entering?
is per long rest, I believe. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
but it
should
took
be
us
able
3
to use
days.
this 3 day. Yeah, definitely.
Like I switched them before anything started happening. So should I locate object before we will go in to see if they have a star piece?
In fact, I'm kind of sad because description said that there was a star piece there.
Yes, he did. It was.
Well, how many though? Is it just the one we saw?
It was just one. It was just one, and it was in an altar, right?
See,
We
I've been
didn't
locked
look in the
into
cave.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't know if that's the only one they have because they said they were collecting more. I'm just saying. Like,
That makes sense.
before they get too far, should I see if one of them had it?
I'm pretty sure the one that's in the altar is like stationary.
Yeah, but what if those messengers were carrying one?
True.
That's an interesting thought.
I mean, you do you. That's your spell slot.
All right, whatever. Let's go.
Okay, post a description and take down a spell slot if you're casting.
Oh no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
We could probably ask them though, whenever we introduce ourselves, if they took a star piece with them.
Sure.
Because if we tell them that we're looking for these, we could just ask them how many they have in their possession, so we know how many to find.
Or if they've know of any others in the area.
E. So, I'm assuming we're all going to introduce ourselves.
Who wants to do the talking?
Who has the highest charisma?
Clearly you.
Yes, you should do it.
Yes, if you want that to go totally southward.
Uh,
Yes, sure.
my charisma is 18. I guess I can talk.
Aren't you? Yes, your spells are based off of charisma. So one of y'all have high. I know one of y'all have a high ass charisma.
Mine's 18. I mean, I said it. It's 18. I can't see your faces, so I'm kind of irritated. My computer just crashed. So, I mean, yeah, okay, I'll go. Let's go chat. Who wants to chat with me? I don't want to do it by myself.
Well, I'll go with you.
Well, we're going as a
Okay,
party.
let's
Well, yeah, let's all go as a group.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
oh,
no
we can
point.
go as a
We
group.
can be
Okay.
your voice.
Well, yeah.
If shit goes down, though, I'll get your alls back.
That's all that matters. Just protect me. I don't need no man. Okay, so
Unnecessary information. Moving on.
it was under Rue's breath. Just don't need no protection.
Passive perception very high.
Just say I do have a very, very high. So you have to like. Yeah.
It's almost not saying it would be the best option.
But anywho, we make our way into the camp. Yes.
Sure.
If you guys were to head towards the cave, a few of the clerics that were gathering the water would notice you guys and will approach. Do you guys have weapons drawn at the moment?
No.
No.
I look friendly. No. Yeah, just sauntering over.
Having that elvish charm do its work.
Alright, they also approach you without any weapons, and a few of the clerics looks at you firmly and says that, "Are you all adventurers coming here? This area is dangerous, you should consider leaving."
Why does everybody keep saying it's...
Well, does this look normal to you? And he points you to the, about a size of a small, tiny pool of water. Probably if it falls on you, you'd be dead.
I mean, it doesn't look normal, but we've seen a lot of things that don't look normal, so I just find it peculiar.
I have I have structures like that in my homeland. So I mean, they're normal.
I don't know where you've been from, but if you were, still we recommend you to leave. There are some dangerous peoples around here.
Buddy, I can write you a whole encyclopedia on places where I've been.
Oh my god! Sunny's here!
Sunny!
I thought you couldn't make it.
I said I could make it. I just might be really, really late.
Okay.
I mean, you're only a half hour late. We started at like 7:40, 7:30.
Yes. So for you, summary, they just went into the oasis, leaving the boy who had the crystal stuck on his eye alone, and all just are currently meeting up with the group of priests in the oasis.
Yeah, we
And
opted not to nuke.
the
So
area where it once used to be an oasis, all the water seems to be floating on the air. There's big bubbles of water, and as well as some of the rocks and plant life surrounding seems to be floating in the air as well. And they looks at you and says that there are creatures around here that you would probably have never seen anywhere before. And you don't want to run into those. I would say that if you were to leave, you should take that way. And he points to the west.
May I ask you something?
What is it?
Talking about creatures, do you mean one of these? And I make a minor illusion in my hand of a small version of the worm.
With the crystal in the eye, I'd assume?
No, just a normal worm.
Okay. He looks at it and is like, not those normal, dangerous creatures in the desert. Those could be anywhere. Well, although those could be quite life-threatening too, but we're talking about a whole different level of dangers here. Well,
Understood.
if you need any
Well, I believe my
clothes to get-
associate has something to give you.
Sonny, that's your cue.
That's his
Then
cue
he
to
has to
leave! Woo!
Oh God.
And like a ghost, the turtle vanishes.
Turtled himself away.
It's actually happening. He's just reappearing and disappearing.
He just rolled a
so
nat 20 on
I-
stealth.
Hand it to-
I reach into Sonny's camel saddleback and pull out this piece of parchment and hand it to the cleric and say, to share this with you. And
He takes a paper and looks at you and opens up the paper and reads it and says that 3,000 gold? Damn!
yep. Yeah.
When I ask for money, well, never mind. Just follow me.
Oh wait. Hold on. Can you repeat that? You didn't ask for money? What?
No,
And I just kind of look at him inquisitively and tilt my head in hopes
Yeah,
that
he
he'll
is
respond.
like, well, we all need money to live, even though we are priests. We do have some places that we would like to spend, but I was just walking aside and saying that, well, when we were asking for a raise for a little bit of fund to our, they weren't raising any, but they clearly have money to hire others.
So were you paid anything yet?
Oh, we're
Or
all
we're
we're
still
all
looking?
acolytes and priests of.
Didn't take anything at all. Not even to like.
We're all
little bit.
priests of Akul. We do take what we need to live, but generally we get what we get from high priest or paladins. He seems to be saddened as he's walking along with you.
Oh. Did you succeed? Did you find what he was? Fine.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you were sent out here and you're confused, you seemed a little perplexed that we got offered 3,000 gold. So.
Well, I was asking for 5 gold at least per day that I'm out here. I sent it to my siblings, but it seems like I can't raise it any more than that. Well, usually we get paid about 2 golds to do things that we want to do on the outside.
How many days have you been out here?
About a month I've been here. Quite dangerous too. Although
What
we
have
do
you-
this for our god, but still. Well, as I said, never mind. I shouldn't be thinking about these things.
I mean, it's okay. We all understand. Sometimes things happen and we need to get it off our chest. And I look around like, hello, what the fuck? Help me. What the?
And you guys
Just
all
follow.
approach him. He will guide you to the center of the oasis where there is a cave located. And the priest, seeing that you're accompanying other priests who have been gathering, were one of them that was leading you. doesn't seem to be much. And you guys make it to the altar where there are 4 priests surrounding it. Along with it, besides, there is a one priest in the chair. He seems to be older than usual, and he's wearing a cowl. And from what you can see, it seems like an old human. But as soon as you're coming across, as the priest bows, he undoes his cowls, and beyond, you see a face of a snake. And
Like, is it like a literal snake head, or is it like blended features?
Snake folk kind of thing. Some of you were familiar with Yuan Ti. So if you want to just get imagery, there's that head.
Oh,
All the older
he's
versions.
interesting.
His head up there.
Is he similarly armed?
As far as you can tell, he is heavily robed, but under it, you assume that he is not that heavily armed. He's probably
Gotcha.
lightly armed or not armed at all. And the priest that you guys are following approaches the one on the chair and gives him the scroll that you guys have received from the paladin. And the old priest reads it up and is like, I knew that there was helps coming, but I didn't expect it to be non-believers.
I believe whatever you pay me to believe, so.
What does this individual look like?
He is wearing a similar type of robe. All of them are wearing similar type of robes.
Yeah,
It's
but-
traditional. And their face, as I mentioned, is a feature of a snake that I posted in the Discord channel. You can see.
Oh, okay, so they're Nagas. Nagas.
Whatever you want to call them. Yes, it is
Okay.
face of a snake.
Okay, that makes because first I heard human, and then you started talking in
It
like
looked like an
elongated
old human.
S's.
It looked like an old human while it was wearing that robe, and as soon as it pulled it out, you see the feature of a snake.
Okay, got you. I missed that bit because I thought we like straight up just saw a human that just spoke like a snake, and I was gonna try to make a check to see because that's some fishy ass shit.
And then we fucking smite him.
I mean,
Alright, let's go.
oh yeah. Anyway,
So, you have been here to help us.
that is what we were paid to do.
Usually, we don't take helps from outsiders, but paladins seems to put faith in you to put this much on your.
We're a very capable.
Very well. We have a few items that we need to be retracted for our gods. One is here. And he points to the altar where it's interlocked, and you see a pretty big piece of a crystal on the altar. It is exactly the same type of crystal that you have seen on the boy's eye that was locked into his body in head. And he looks around you and says that, have you seen anything like this before? So,
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I nudge you quickly, like I nudge you.
Oh,
And I look at you, and I'm like, I don't know if we should tell him.
I thought that was the entire reason we avoided this, to get help.
I mean, do we? He just said he doesn't like outsiders. And
are you guys
he-
whispering in characters, or do you want to talk it out out of?
I don't know, was she whispering?
And I'm whispering to you because I nudged you, so I'm over my shoulder. I turned around.
Alright. Yeah, whispering, okay.
I could just see the facial expression and the sass just from that tone.
It's hard for us to tell the difference between Rue and adult your voice as a player and the
I try to
character.
speak a little quieter when I'm speaking as Rue.
But if you're
'Cause-
whispering, ah, but yeah.
Sure. I will type whispers. I
As
can't
you
even
guys are
freaking spell.
whispering to each other, the priest looks at all of you and says that there is a group that is experimenting with powers that they do not understand, and they must be killed and stopped for the glory of our God. Do you
Did he say-
think
Did he say God or kind? I couldn't tell
or
by how
God?
you. God. Okay, gotcha.
Do you think you're capable of killing another being?
What have they done to deserve death?
It just kind of, Rue just kind of goes blank. I'm gonna step aside, one side step to the left.
Roll persuasion check.
Is anybody hurt?
Eric, can you roll? Yeah. Not
I'm paying
Rue,
attention
you
now.
You were not speaking, so.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh,
I tried to
get
click
an
over it.
answer out of them. Whoops. Okay. I mean,
It is information, and I did promise that I'll give out more information, so it'll be easier to check and more information. Oh yeah, 17. Plenty. He looks at you and says that they created monsters that didn't exist before. The monsters that came out of your nightmares. These stars possesses the powers not of this world, and once implanted into a creature, it transforms them into something else. So far, we have located at least 3 creatures transformed. Well, 4, but 1 we have got rid of. And this is where we got that. I'll say she's looking at you. Those creatures need to be exterminated as well, and will be done so with joy and proud later. But for now, these wizards needs to be punished for their actions.
wizards, you say?
Yes, the group.
I try to hide any visible magic objects in my person.
Okay.
Put my hands behind my back.
They are arcane organizations that call themselves Arcane Monument. Fiddling around with the lands and artifacts of the old. Bringing disasters and chaos wherever they go.
Do you have a location on them?
We sent trackers out time to time, trying to track their exact locations, trying to catch them off guard. But they are quite aware of when we are chasing them, making them quite troublesome, especially when they are mobile and flying around in the air.
They can fly.
3 of them are Savanis, and 1 of them is an alien-like, and he points at Karma. Ah, yes, similar to you. I now know that you're not paying attention. Ah, sadness. Cries. But yes, the snake priest points at you, Karma, and says that, he...
Oh, I know what you said.
Oh, in character
heard
you
you.
were. Okay. In character,
Yeah, sorry.
he points at Karma and says that one of them seems to be like Karma. But has a weird broom that he can wear and flies around.
So he's
Now
a
I'm
wood elf
jealous.
with a sick broom.
Well, more troublesome are our hands. But yes, very useful if you were to kill him. Kill them and bring the shard of the stars. Then everything else is not of our interests.
I ask, why is the shard on an altar? Do you worship this shard?
Now is a safety measure. This way it doesn't go outside. Well, generally the shards in proximity has a property of magic that suppresses other miracles or magics to be occurring nearby. With this, hopefully will not happen. And
When-
Eric, you notice that even though you're very near here, you do not still feel the suppression of the magic that you have felt back near the worm.
Hmm.
So I'm
Don't die.
Well, we just
Um,
two of them.
I'm looking at the guy, and when you say divine miracles, do you mean your type of magic, as in divine magic, or all types of magic?
All type of magics, including theirs.
So it's a double-edged sword.
Fuck.
What just happened?
Banged my elbow on the fucking railing.
Damn. And he looks at you and says that, well, that is just one thing that the stars can do, but it is very good at amplifying powers around. And are you asking that to the priest? Oh, out of character.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because does it amplify or does it?
Well, it has, so far we've
Both.
heard, it has a negative effect towards magic.
Right.
It also changes things that come in contact with it.
Right.
Didn't specify. It's
He said all things.
all things. So it's basically, what I'm gathering, it's fucking volatile as shit
Yeah. I don't
and
want to touch it.
unpredictable.
Would you mind
Okay.
if I examined your object?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Whoa.
Why?
Well, perhaps I can figure out what it does and prepare to avoid whatever, problems that
Maybe-
may occur.
Yep.
Maybe we can buy him
persuasion with
dinner first.
disadvantage.
This is very great.
Yeah, usually you want to buy a person dinner before you start inspecting their object.
He hisses at you. It's like, no. They're too dangerous to be studied or to be observed by the mortal hands. It's a gift of the gods. And
What
we shall
But
cherish it.
when you-
That's very hypocritical of you, given the fact that you yourself are a mortal being. What makes you any different from a gesture to him or I, other than the fact that you so-called worship and we worship something completely different?
I mean, I'm an elf. I still got about 600 years to go.
The blinded prophet has put me in charge, and as far as I know, you are hired by our order, yes?
Yes, we were hired by your order to gather these relics, and it would aid us in gathering these relics if we knew more about them.
Our
But-
order would not appreciate any strangers studying over these relics of the old, or the gifts that came from the skies.
Can I just mention? what I want to do will take exactly 11 minutes to do. Assuming we find one in the waste, I'm going to do the same to the one we find out there.
It's
So
we
either
do it.
you let me spend 11 minutes here, or I'm definitely going to spend 11 minutes there.
He stares at you disapprovingly.
Oh no.
We're like reptile brothers. Didn't we have a note from the dude?
Yeah.
Well, we already gave that
We already
away.
used
That's
it.
why he
Yeah,
know
oh.
that you guys are
Oh, okay.
hired from that guy, and that's why he
Right,
mentioned
you guys are
that
using
you were
teachers now?
working for the order. And he tells you that there is a group called Arcane Monument who are currently tracking down and experimenting with the creatures, and they want them to be hunted down.
Arcane Monument, you said?
Yeah.
Arcane Monument.
Are they gathering the shards too?
They have possessions of at least one shard that we are aware of. Yes. They are the one
cool.
who have been planting them into monstrosities in the first place.
And if per se we went in search of these relics for your order, but these, what do you call them, arcane monuments, these people will, what if they allowed us to do things that you wouldn't let us do? As so your distrust in us potentially gained an ally in these guys you were trying to eradicate, or we can stick, or we can be or we could be loyal to you guys and get past all the formalities, the whole yada yada. We're not part of your order, but
This is exactly why we don't work with non-believers. If you were
But
paid, you should do what was paid to do.
and we would do that, but there has to be a mutual trust. As for employer to employee, there is no this in belief of you guys distrusting us if you want us to get these relics. Now, I personally am a fan. I am a fan of. Oh, what the fuck was his name? What was
Nacier?
no, what was the
The
paladin dude? What was his
The paladin's name is Nazir.
Nazir.
Yeah,
Nazir.
and this guy's name is Zaral.
What was this guy's name? Paladin Nazir. And High Priest Jalal.
Oh yeah, that's Jalal.
Okay. And
Or should I
back,
call them
And
Jamal?
yeah,
okay, back to what I was saying. Your friend is the Paladin Nazir is a noble guy, and you want to basically sully his name by distrusting in people that he trusts to find these objects for you.
it is our teachings to hide the secrets, not to reveal them. And
But
outside
secrets-
of the character, though, as a DM, I tell you that the currently no new information or opinions have been added into your opinion from the previous persuasion check, and it would be very hard for you to persuade him in RP with the same logic. I know that it makes sense in your head, but it won't be enough to persuade this character.
Okay.
Not with the
Goddamn
checks. If you
bad rolls.
talk in his language and to try some other approaches in talking, maybe, but not with the same method of talking.
Oh. Okay. Fuck.
Oh no.
Discord.
Don't mind our disappearing party members. That happens all the time.
Yep.
Any rip? Any other input, guys? Help!
What do you guys
Damn
think?
it.
I should say he doesn't speak for all of us. I believe we were paid for a job and we'll conduct it fine. I just can't control what they say.
The snake, the Jarl smiles at the Karma and says that that's the spirit.
As we're talking, do we see any books laying around that look religious?
Not in the cave, but I would imagine there are some baggages of the priest on this corner, where they would have scrolls and books of the religious types they're sticking out from there. But it is part of their baggage.
Like attached to them, or like off to the side?
There's like an area where a bunch of the clerics do sleep, and many of the bags and bedrolls are in that area.
Okay. I'll kind of.
So, are we getting the feeling he's not going to answer any more questions at all?
He keeps talking. I mean,
Okay.
From the methods we tried, pretty much.
I mean, different things you can ask. It just
Discord's
he
working.
won't change his mind unless you put in any different information or different approaches for casting magic or examining the chart of a star.
Someone suggest him.
You
I
noticing
can
that
try.
going to kind of nudge our two stealthy people and kind of nod slightly in that direction to get their attention on their books.
Would you mind if I asked you a few questions about what you guys have found about the monsters that have these things in them?
Gladly. There
Cool.
were two that was located, and one that we suspect that it is hiding, but could not find it ourselves. There is a one that is wandering in the desert that was turning the plain desert into a field of flowers. And there was a hawk, a giant rock that was flying around the skies, and when it is the time of hunt, the area turned into a maze. It took quite a bit of trying for people to survive out of that. And lastly, we found an anomaly, a temple of Pelor. There seems to be something hiding in there, but we did not have resources and time to investigate. Well, those would be the second job if you were to complete your first one. Well, we are happy with the first one being completed, but if you want to, if first one goes well, then our contract could be extended for the second one. If you were to pick up a random book are you gonna sneak away from it?
I'm just walking over. I'm just casually walking, looking around the cave.
Yeah, if you were
Making my way closer
to
to the
observe the
book.
baggage and the books, those seems to be the prayer books. It is dedicated for.
I'm not touching anything. I'm just looking
No,
at
yeah,
them.
just the titles. If you were to look over and see the book, it seems to be the prayer books for Akul, the god of secret.
A cool.
Dear God.
And oh, gotcha.
You wanna? Zara looks at all of you and says
And
that
I
you
would-
have more questions.
And I would know what, like, I would know that this is a coup, the God's secrets, from just looking at these books.
No, I mean they
Or-
would have like the prayer book of Akul. They would have it like all named up in the top.
Okay, so it's
like it's
so
not
it's like something
hidden.
that,
Yeah.
but okay,
it's
so
like-
it's like proudly displayed.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
then I turn back. Go ahead.
You mentioned there was a field of flowers surrounding one of them. Was there anything surrounding the other?
Did you in player? Did you not hear him talking about maze?
No, the rock.
Yep, he did mention that there was a maze forming around the rock.
So as it was flying, there was a maze.
I guess Zaral will explain that. Yes, Zaral will say that it seems to have abilities to project and change terrains nearby to abnormal degrees. It is quite challenging if you were to fight it head on, as there's lots of things to think about. If nothing else, I would expect you to carry out your part that was paid. If not, you're welcome to rest in this oasis. We have enough food and waters to provide you.
You mentioned the direction in which we can head to find the shards of the wizards. Could you mark it on a map? Since we have one, just have it on the map.
You actually already have it. If you were to show him the map, he would point you to the crater.
Alright.
So it's just the one beyond the oasis.
Yep, beyond the oasis. He points you to there and says that the wizards' arcane monuments are hiding, although they are relocating constantly. And as far as our tracks goes, they seems to be hiding in other dimensions while they're resting up. Very tricky to track.
How many did we ask the question how many shards he knows about?
Said 4.
4. And
One's
4
dead.
other shards other than the one that is locked in right in front of you guys' eye.
okay,
Didn't
and
he say? Oh yeah.
did he like give us the whereabouts of all of them, or he just knows about them?
He had. Or are you gonna ask them in character?
How would
I'm
he
asking
know?
out of character if we asked that question already before I asked that question.
No, I don't think we did.
Well, how would you know how many exist overall?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask him. So with these shards that you know the location or you know of, you said 4, correct?
Yes, we located other 4 shards.
And where perhaps are they located at? We know the one you said is in the crater, but
One
that
is carried by the wizards of the arcane monuments, and the
Okay.
other in the temple of Pelor. The shrine and the temple was corrupted by the power of the stars, and maybe something beyond that as well. The other two, they are roaming around the deserts. Quite hard to find. But once the wizards are dealt with, we will deal with them eventually.
where are the wizards? Where were they last seen?
They were near the craters. They are trying to run some experiments near the craters last time we have located. And given the fact that we have been hunting them down, and they're still around, they're not planning to leave anytime soon.
I can speak for myself. I've eradicated quite a many a foe in my time, so I'd be more than happy to kill a couple of these arcane monument has-haves. And
by the way, you may want to read your note.
who, me?
You, yeah.
what I messed up?
No,
What
no,
I
no,
messed up?
don't worry about it. No, I was reading the Discord chat, and yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But yeah, keep going.
Oh, okay. Where was I at?
You say you're fine with
Killing,
killing, yeah.
killing. Yeah, I'm fine with slaughtering, genocide. I can genocide all day, every day.
Say what?
um,
Well, I, for one, enjoys my time slaughtering non-believers in the name of our gods. But for now, is your time to get to work. If there's nothing else. And he looks around at everyone else. Does anyone else want to ask him anything?
Yeah,
I'm
Rue
already
steps forward and wants to know if we're gonna go find the rest of these shards for you. Can you supply us with the dampeners that you have around here so we don't get corrupted by whatever mystical powers you say that these shards hold?
Zaral looks at you with huge concern in his eyes and says that, are you planning to implant them in your body?
No, but if I have to carry it on my person, you didn't explain exactly how
Carrying
it manifests.
fine. Just make sure it doesn't touch your wounds.
But you have dampeners in the cave and nobody's touching it, so I have a hard time
I don't
believing.
think you can be carrying this around. And he points at the pretty big altar. It is a pretty big altar. It is a 5 by 5 feet stone big altar. If you were to pick it up, I don't think you can, but it'd probably take all your camels to pick it up.
So out of character, it doesn't make any sense that they have dampeners inside the cave if nobody's touching that thing.
They probably
So
made it here, but yes.
I don't like this guy.
They're wizards and clerics. I mean, they can make stuff. Yes, these are made out of rock, as I mentioned, and the type of rock that can be found is the same one that is making the cave.
Can Rue roll a perception check or a persuasion check to persuade him into giving us at least one?
The thing is, it's big. If you tell, like, how are you gonna carry it, really?
I mean, surely he can make it smaller. He is a wizard.
I can reduce it for
Right?
10
Aren't you
minutes.
wizard?
Roll
10
persuasion.
minutes.
Roll persuasion.
Itself the dampener?
Say again.
Yeah, roll persuasion.
Is the altar itself the dampener? I thought the altar was just holding the dampener.
It is.
Like,
The altar has some rituals and magics engraved on it that is dampening his power.
Oh.
Can I examine
So
this?
he could imbue something with the spell
Roll
to dampen.
Arcana?
Can I examine? Yeah.
Eric, roll
Okay.
Arcana, and for Rue, roll Persuasion.
Okay.
That was what- I don't know.
The Zaral says that it takes time for us to make this, especially if you want to be smaller. And unless you were willing to invest as much as you were paid, I'll say no. And Eric, you know that there are ancient type of magics or rituals that are provided with other supplements of the magic that can yield extremely powerful effects. They can cast the spells, have the effect of spells that you can usually not cast. And probably you would think that given that they're ancient order that is specialized in tracking down these type of artifacts and sealing them, probably is one of their rituals to minimize the powers that artifacts such as this one has. And you also know that in ancient times, blood sacrifices or spending golds to have similar amounts, golds of some value to make the rituals to have powerful effects, exist. So you'd imagine this is a similar type of thing. There are spells that are higher than 9th level magic. But yes. Okay. If you were to go outside and get a very good view of the surrounding, you see a giant bowl of water floating, as well as a bunch of smaller waters floating around. And you see a few of the clerics gathering up the water, as they have some sort of bucket beside them, and they're pulling their hands, and as they do this into the air, the bowl of water gets separated and is dragged into the bucket. And some of them are carrying them around. And similar for the foods, people who are gathering around the food, many of them seems to be cooking with the waters that have been gathered instead of using the spells to generate water. And they have been cooking some of the rations that they prepared, as well as the foods that they make and the one they can prepare. Oasis. There are some rocks in and around, but there are not much else that you'd be able to see just in sight. Is there anything specific you would like to observe in the nearby area? If you do, then I'll say that you can roll perception check and examine.
Yeah, mainly it was just to climb on top of here, wherever the peak of this little rock formation was.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking out in, the south and east and southwest vicinity, because I already know what's behind me in the oasis pool. So I'm looking out elsewhere to see if I catch anything.
If you were to see very far away, or at least try to, you see the mirage in the very far center. But soon it changes and alters in forms, making it very hard to know where you would be heading. And for example, as an example, you see a giant city in 1 second, and a few seconds later it alters into something else, like a barren land or ocean. And it is quite hard to see what is far to the west.
Cool.
And if you were to look at, what was it? Was it north? Yeah. To the south, roll perception check.
Nah.
Yep, it is tons of sands all the way.
Yeah, I figured as much.
All right. Anyone else?
I asked the Jalal guy, snake thing.
Snake thing.
So if we were to eradicate these wizards for you, I know you briefly mentioned it before, but would you have supplies we can have access to? As per, I'll just use myself for example. I need arrows, maybe a couple potions.
Woods are hard to come by in the deserts.
Some henchmen.
We don't personally use arrows. Although our trackings, there is trackers who went outside, and they maybe help you to share their arrows. But that is their decision.
And if we were to eradicate these people, would it be too much for us to ask if some of your men would accompany us? Strength in numbers and whatnot.
There are already parties we have sent trying to kill them and locate them. If you were to meet them up and cooperate, then there is nothing of a greater joy for us.
And how long ago did these parties embark?
Well, we embarked one a few hours ago, and next night one should come back. We have few parties in rotation, trying to keep in touch with the field.
Okay.
If there's nothing else, you're free to rest up. But I suggest to get and start working for your pay.
Oh, we plan on getting paid.
Not with all this talking.
Well then, go. And he casts bless on you guys.
He casts what?
Bless.
Bless.
Oh, I thought you said blast.
Me too. I was like,
What'd you call me? Yeah.
what does that entail?
I'll post it. Real 20.
I mean, it only lasts like a minute, I think. We have advantage on, or +4 on certain things.
D4.
Oh. Basically, he's just giving us like a go get 'em type of. Okay.
So, do they show us to like a resting area? Or
You guys should be able to rest up in the like corner of the cave. I'd imagine there's like plenty of room in the cave.
What time of day is it?
It's the midday of the 8th day. This is day 8.
Oh, so we can just keep on traveling.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all for traveling.
Although I forgot navigation checks, but hey.
I thought we did that last session. Oh, wait, we
Towards
did
the
that last.
Oasis. I forgot, but if I forgot, it's
Oh.
my fault. So whatever.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
The weather was nice. But yes, would you guys like to head on straight to the Oasis, or like to do anything else in there? Man, you guys are pacifists. Inaction! So many inaction! It's like, there's a worm with a star shard! Let's get out of here. I know, but the group as a whole is very inaction at the moment.
Wait, I thought we were at the Oasis.
You're at the
You keep
Oasis.
beating me up because I'm a cleric for saying stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
I think everyone just likes their character too much to kill them.
I don't kill off characters.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Have
Way
faith.
out.
Have faith.
Have faith in cleric. Yes.
Believe in me. Believe in Paylor.
But
They
yes,
don't know about Draco.
But Nemo,
Oh, we did tell about like the
I'm saying this
66%.
out because I think
death
you're
rate.
not maybe making connections at the moment, but the Arcane Monument is the organization that was in the book.
Say what?
Related with the book. But yes. But anyhow. I guess you guys are all going to the place.
Wait, are we going to the worm or the wizards?
That
Or
is
the
your
temple?
choice.
Because there's a shard there. Isn't there?
Either way is fine.
Well, he did say that he can't find two.
Two of
There are
them.
2 shards roaming, and we know where one is. We know where the worm is. Unless the worm is moved.
Yeah, so we can go back and deal with the worm.
Yeah, it is. It's not in the wizard book portion though. That's what I got confused about, and I also didn't know what he was saying. But now I see. Okay.
Yeah,
So
can
they
we?
studied the Nexus and helped my ancestors settle. Interesting.
And the priest said that go and kill them.
Huh.
Yeah. That's why I was
Woo,
like,
roll
I
initiative.
feel like you should be saying something, but he's not. He's like walking outside and goes up the thing. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Well,
but,
he
yeah.
does his best thinking in high places under sunlight.
Yes. You guys can vote however you guys like to. Would you guys like to go to the worm, wizard, or temple? This is day 8. You guys have plenty of time.
So, how long would it take us to traverse back to the worm if we were to traverse
3
back
days.
there?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
3 days. Holy fuck.
I have a question. The imp
We're really
that
not here to get
hired
the
us-
shards for them, anyways. I mean, it was straight up a lie. And if we come on the way back and see if we can still find the worm on the way back, maybe we leave it. But, I mean, I don't think it's smart that we come back and might run into him again and he wants the shard and it's a big fat lie. We really are just lying to them.
Well, I'm
Or
all
that change.
for going with these guys because they're paying more money.
money.
Well, those guys already paid us. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I took his money. That doesn't mean he gave us anything for the job.
I mean, even if we were to, we could further deceive them, give them maybe one shard and say this is all we found, collect another 3,000, be on our merry way, or give them two, or no, how many? They have one. We know where one is. They don't know where other three are. So 6 shards in total, if I do my math right? Or
Five.
Five.
5 that we know about.
5 that we know about, and one is in possession. We know
Of
the
them.
location of the. Yes, one is in their possession. So we
One
can't.
is in the wizards.
One
3
is
are
in the
monsters.
wizards. 3 are on random encounters.
mhm.
So
Technically.
if we were to give them 2 more for 6,000 more gold, and then take give them 3,
Math.
get 9,000, and take 2 to the other.
They
Or-
already have one of the 5.
Okay.
So we can only give them 2.
Yes, but they have 1. There's 4 others. So if we give them 3 and then take 1 back to the
Clasping monkey.
to the Clasping Monkey and collect the reward there, we can get partial completion on that, and then we can be on our merry way with a bunch of fuck ton of gold.
That's assuming they pay us for each shard, which we never agreed upon.
Yeah.
In
It's-
fact, if we hand them a shard before knowing that, they might just take it.
But it's been agreed upon by the Paladin Nazir. He said he would give us 3,000 per shard piece.
He already gave
No,
you
I only asked
2,000
2,000.
period for helping. And the
We never.
Yeah, the
I thought
priests
there
are
was-
all high priests are all have mentioned that 3,000 is for killing the wizard. And if once that job is done, they can discuss the second job, which is gathering other shards. So if you were to discuss, you can discuss the payment there.
Kill the wizard.
Also, the
so we have
3,000
to-
we got
Just open
was
up
to kill the
machine.
wizard.
We got 3,000 for agreeing to help.
Yep, which
And
is
if we-
killing the wizard. That's their primary goal. Everything else comes later for them.
So
Okay, so
Paladin
we-
Nasir is assuming we're going to kill the wizards.
Yes.
The 3,000 gold. Okay.
And they have a
Right.
shard?
Yes.
Yep. Once that is done, then you guys are free of the 3,000 gold. Like, the order won't care what you guys will do.
I say mass genocide, but that's just me. I'm down for mass slaughter.
Well, if they're all
Kill the party,
zombies, then
slay
yeah,
them
let's do it.
But it's also how to use background. So how does he play out in this?
What?
What is his opinions?
Well, we have a job to do. Let's do it. Sitting around with our dick skinners in our pockets. Let's get to work.
I'm missing that, but I'll get it the next time. Maybe there'll be some transitioning in my lifetime. I'm really terrified though, because why have an altar imbued with magic to dampen the shard if in fact the shard does nothing touching or is not in something's body?
Shard,
It seems fishy.
shard by just existing, it fucks up the nearby magic. And us priests being magic casters primarily, they don't like it.
No.
Sure, but he's willing to allow us to be literally open to whatever it could or cannot do. I don't trust the guy.
We're paid professionals.
Right, we are paid professionals, but
that are still somehow beneath them at the same
I'll
time.
follow along. I'll just sit back and throw some fire and shit.
Okay, so Eowyn had mentioned that we should just vote on what you guys want to do. So if you guys can all type worm, wizard, or temple, that'd be nice. So 3, 2, 1. Worm, 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 wizard. Wait, W wizard or worm?
I don't even want to go to the worm. Why'd I agree?
Sonny pulled a little sneaky there.
All right, so
Sonny, what the? What the
I'm
fuck is
helping.
this?
so
Uh-huh.
Sunny, what are you? Are you a worm or wizard?
He's the tie.
I'm a W.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
To 1 and 2.
I see 2 worm, 1 W, and 3 wizards. I'll go with wizard.
I think the wizard wins.
because of
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Cut the W.
3.5.
And I'm sorry, Eowyn, this is the sucky part of democracy. I'll make it up to you. So
I'm fine.
Hey,
no,
I
but
voted
like,
worm.
everyone wanted to beat the shit out of Worm, and everyone was like, "Let's go and beat the
Yeah.
priest." And it's like, why does this happen?
But since we didn't even follow through with the destruction of the worm, like, there's no saying it's gonna be there. So we just missed the opportunity because we all decided to go away. Now, granted,
Well, you could
that's up
look
to
at
the
objects.
either whether it.
It only works within 1,000 feet.
How far away was the field?
We're 3 days away, so
90 miles.
Yeah.
that's a little bit farther than 1,000.
Yeah, we're like 150 kilometers away.
So, you guys voted to go towards the wizard, and
Yes.
it will take.
Before we get there,
Yes.
the imp that was that hired us, he was the familiar of who?
Familiar of a wizard named
Mr. Fuddle.
Mr. Fuddle. The imp's name is Little Guy.
And
You guys never heard it. The imp's name.
Okay, but
Wait, repeat that? It broke out. What about the imp? But we never met Little Guy, right?
No, we
we
didn't.
never hear his
Oh, we
name.
have Mr. Fuddle.
Yeah,
Yep, Mr. Fuddle.
Oh, we never heard his name. Got it.
and Mr. Fuddle was from the Arcane Monument.
No.
No.
No, he just hired us to find them.
Yes, the Arcane Monument is another faction. Completely
I thought they were the
separate.
research group.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that.
There was a research group that was sent by Mr. Fuddle that had been attacked by
I
some other
just-
organizations and was wiped out. And once the information was retrieved as much as they could, they noticed that there was at least 3 more things that are around that attacked the group. And there, they sent you guys. And you guys for sure know that one of the things that attacked the group was the group of people, these religious people, the followers of Apocalypse. And now you know that there is Arcane Monument. But yes, so you wanted, Eric, you wanted to do something before you move on?
No, as I was assuming that the research group was the Arcane Monument.
And but you will do something as they travel. And
Okay.
that is, since we're going to the wizards, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
since we're going to the wizards, you will inform everybody of the research he's done in the past 6 months and why he's interested in getting to these wizards. So,
Which is?
Sonny, I apologize, you're gonna have to hear some of this stuff all over again. So, it turns out I am like over 200 years old. I died a very long time ago, got resurrected, by the Clasping monkeys, and ever since then, I have no idea who I am except for the symbol on my chest is the only clue. They say that their hope was for me to lead them to some city of gold or something, but I don't know. And in my research this past 6 months to find out who I am, my only clue being a wizard book and a picture of me with a red dragon and some elves in wizard clothing. It turns out I came from a barbarian clan from an expedition some 223 years ago. It was called the Nani, make sure I say this right. The Flan United Coalition, or is it the Flan?
Like the dessert?
Yeah.
P-L-A-N.
I
I'm
think it
not
was
sure how you
Fallon.
had.
Fallon? In my head, it was like Fallon. I have to look it up though. But,
Okay, sure. United Coalition, which gathered a lot of 16 representatives from like each kingdom and tribe, and then exerted the coalition onto this continent we're on now. Turns out that expedition ended about 177 years ago when that coalition went to war against some kingdom. And my clan was a part of that coalition. We provided military support to those who couldn't defend themselves. My clan's leader was obsessed with some tree of life, supposedly. And what caught my eye in talking to that dickhead in the cave was the group of wizards that helped us kind of settle down and build our military strongholds were a group of wizards called the Arcane Monument, which are the people who have that shard right now. So if we can get to them, maybe keep one alive at least, and question them, or maybe keep all of them alive if I can convince them. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I feel about them. All that I know is that they helped my clan in the past that I can't remember.
We're on Camelback, right? And we're all talking, and you're sharing this while we're
Yeah, as we're traveling
traversing.
these
By the by.
days.
Yeah.
Rue is between the weird bumps of her camel and looks over and says, I've thought from the moment that he started speaking about them that we should not kill them, but that they were more important than what he was saying. And that is a fact. My little body was like, ooh, when I wrote in the little thingy that I got a little tingle. So I think we should try to keep them all alive. And if you may have known them, maybe they'll be a lot more forthright with information.
Mm-hmm.
Story. And then she continues to bump away.
And you will continue talking. I don't want to take up the entire session RPing this out. But you will continue talking about his past findings and research, since it seems the bits and pieces have been applying through his journey these past few months. And so if more people know about it, more people can keep an ear out for it and help him get to his past quicker of finding out who he was. So he'll talk about the research book and the picture research. So Nani, if you just want to share out that research handout to the rest of the party, Hughes, in essence, is going to give them that information.
Okay.
And I'll lead again like last time. So making our way to the crater.
Yes.
Sorry, one more thing. You will mention about the voice in his head.
I was waiting for that.
Sorry. It's just it comes so natural to him, so he doesn't think about it all the time. Yeah,
So we know now? We now know that you Got a
I think
split.
it was mentioned earlier.
Sorta.
One.
It's just a voice that can kind of take over sometimes, and maybe sometimes I black out and I wake up and there's a bunch of dead people or things around me, and I have no recollection of such event happening. Uh, but it seems when I'm in the sunlight or on a high altitude, the voice is quiet. And in the darker, when I was underground, the voice was much louder and harder to maintain and push in the back. But I try to keep it at bay. It happened ever since I woke up. Ever since I woke up, not knowing who I am, it's me and this voice. I don't really truly know which one's the true me, but I like this me better than the other me.
Rue
So I try to keep
asks,
that one in the back.
did you name it?
No. No.
Then he
I
would be
guess.
crazy. All right, come on.
I mean, it's a part of me, so I guess it's just you and me right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. 3 checks: navigation, survival check for whoever is leading.
So you're sharing the book with us?
Okay.
The notes,
During the
research have
travels,
been shared.
during the travels, if you wanted to look at the wizard book, you will hand it to you, but he'll be like riding camel by camel right beside you, keeping a very close eye, making sure you don't damage
No,
it.
no, it's just that it's in the research packet. So I'm wondering if that would have been showed.
Well,
There's-
the information about the book. It doesn't actually give details on the spells or anything.
I'll have you know that I was a librarian before this. There is something I could check with it.
Sure. I mean, you were doing these travels. He'll take it out of his bag of holding and let you see it. But whoever's holding it, he'll be side by side, keeping a very like a hawk eye on you.
So during one of the resting points, like one of the days, I guess it would take, while we're sitting down, Elon will take 2 silk gloves out of his bag, put them on, do a little dance with his fingers, and be like, "Okay, time to put my research on."
While
And
you
then he's
are
gonna.
looking over the book, I imagine you will share the parts of the research that is about the book. So if you scroll down on the research notes that
I
have been
pasted
shared
it in
with you,
Discord.
there's a note. Yeah, you get those.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I see
so
that.
you see those, and you will know that this is extremely valuable in terms of the pricing. Just with the sheer number of spells that you can extract from it would be amazing.
So I was gonna identify it to see if there was anything more to it.
It's a spell book.
I mean, you can never be sure.
It's a nearly indestructible spell book. If you want to physically tear it
Do I
apart,
know what?
you cannot.
Do I recognize anything in it, or can I read what's in it?
All wizards should be able to read other wizards' book, and if you read the class wizard, you can learn spells from other wizards' spell book if you kill them or take their wizard
Yeah.
spell book.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Nani,
but can I read?
there's another portion about the spell book. It cannot be damaged by, was it being submerged in water and fire?
I believe that's that. I mean, it's made out of Terra's letter. So,
Yeah, I know you
like...
posted it in Discord, but it's not in the handout.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find
If I were to rule anything, I would always keep in mind that it's made of Terra's letter. So there is that. And really, you can read it. It's just that if you want to transfer the spells over to your spellbook, it just takes time and money, which you can do actually.
So basically, I have to put in my own notation to be able to learn it for the day.
Yes, and there is a method of how you can do it written in the player's handbook, I believe. And Wolfric, while you're navigating the group on the second day, you are suddenly dazed by a bunch of little ponies flying across the skies, and turns out for a second you were dazed by it, and when you snap out, you notice that you were engulfed by a giant sandstorm, and all of your vision was kind of lost, and in that moment you lost directions, and your group was lost for 1 day in the desert.
With a 17?
On second
That was
day
a
with
12.
12.
With a
No,
12.
he always helping him. Always helping him.
He had
I have
disadvantage.
zero trust for the wolf.
He had disadvantage, and he already had advantage. That's why I was saying.
Oh, you.
And all of you guys
I
will
mean,
notice as you're getting
Cast
closer.
guidance on me. I can improve that roll.
Too late.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's too late.
You're a cleric. Guidance is a key.
Well, you should have said that before you roll.
I thought it was implied. I thought it was implied. You're failing at your class. JK, JK.
Noted. So there's like a list, a priority if you get healed. All right. Damn it, Wolfric.
JK. I forgot myself about guidance, but then I remembered because one of my people that I play with on my other campaign uses that like 24/7.
Yeah. That's me in the other campaign, so.
And surprisingly, I forgot you actually did that too, Nani. I was talking about my other campaign. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just remembered it now, so.
But if you retroactively want to do it, that's okay, but I guess you don't, so. But it's fun. So
yeah.
No retroactive here.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you guys will notice that the magic, as you're getting closer to the crater, seems to be intensifying in terms of the level of illusions that happens. Sometimes while you're walking in the middle of nowhere, the ground would make this entire big chasm in the middle, and on further inspection, it's just illusion. And sometimes you find this cactus that seems edible, it's a rock. And that type of thing seems to be happening more and more often as you're getting closer to crater. And while you're lost for 1 day,
yes, what we're lost for 1 day.
Let me see.
Ooh,
So you move, I believe, 30 miles per day, right?
Isn't that what? Well, what did we agree on? I can't remember.
So.
I didn't have.
That's at a fast pace.
Yeah, that's at
one more square. And you would be around here before you get lost, and from there you would get lost. And roll 1d. 1d8.
1d what?
1d8, 1 being top.
Oop. 8.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're very lucky.
Why? What
Move
happened?
diagonally. Woo!
Oh shit.
Yeah. Third day. And second day, you randomly get lost and move in a random direction. However, you manage to move closer to the oasis. And if you were not oasis, what am I saying? The crater. And you guys will notice that as the night get closer on the third day that you're traveling, there is an immense amount of light coming out from the crater, and even though it's few days ahead, you can see the giant pillar of light coming out from the edge of the horizon of the sea. And also you see it in the distance. You guys would be able to enter the crater if you guys would like on the third day. Would you like to?
At least
Yes.
approach
Yeah.
it, not like
Any
jump
reason
in.
Why we shouldn't
Yeah.
approach it?
Should we scout ahead?
Do I see? While on this whole entire trip, I'm keeping an active eye out for anything hostile. Could be hostile. Anything that could or would do us harm.
Passive perception.
It is passive
Yes.
perception by default, yes. If something is
Okay.
sneaking up on you, I'll tell you. Unless it
Okay.
is higher than that. There are cases that are like that, so if they do, don't get mad at me.
Higher. Okay, they have to be a 23.
No,
Pass
they. If the enemies have passed without trace or assassin by default,
Gotcha.
then they can easily do it. Because
Okay,
they have
gotcha,
expertise on steals, generally.
Okay.
But yes, if you were to get in close, there are creatures inhabiting this area that you have never seen before. Although many of them would, as soon as you are all sighted, they would scurry away into the rocks and into the desert sands.
He's gone.
He
He's
is
dead.
gone.
He died this time.
Still here.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Still here.
But yes, the creatures doesn't seem to be exactly hostile, but you would know that a few of them seems to be kind of curious and observes you from the distances as you guys are going back and forth. But they don't exactly.
So how far is the crater across?
You can get to the center of the crater on the third day. I was actually going to move you guys to there. It's just that what you guys observe on the outskirts of the crater that you guys will see right now.
Oh, we don't even see the crater yet. Okay.
No, because 3 days you can get to the crater.
But we got lost.
No, but you got lost lucky.
We went the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah. This is 2.5 day, so another day, then you can make it to the crater.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you'll be able to make it to the crater. So on the 11th night, then you should be able to make it to the crater. Yeah. Although there is a legion here that is quite terraformed in a way. The desert sand exactly doesn't feel dry. It seems a little bit wet in like color, but that is that. But yes, if you were to move to the center of the crater, there is a several hundred meters fall into the center, making a giant hole. Generally, the craters would make the circular bowl shape, but this one, seems to be a really big, how do you say? Oh my god. Pit of sort in the center that is emitting the bright light on the very top. And surrounding it, you see plenty of creatures. It is a slime type of looking. And for those of you, I will post an image about what you see around. There are many creatures that looks like, oh my god. Can I copy and paste, please? No.
No, not allowed.
Nope. A second. Okay. It looks like this. Several hundreds of them around the craters. And as you are getting closer to it, you hear the voices in your eyes, in your ears, saying that I would warn you to not get closer than that. And
Did you hear
all
that?
of you guys will see that if you were to look up the sky, you see a high elf floating in the air about 30 feet above you guys.
Hi.
Elf.
I'll say good evening in Elvish.
Nice. Alright, in fact, good evening. And she replies back in Elvish. And she...
Fuck.
A second. Yeah.
If I dispel her right now, will the drop kill her?
Would you like to try? You can try.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can I? If he does it, I'm gonna cast floating person and bring her to the ground.
She smiles
Okay,
and says that I'm still to inspire with. And yours?
What is your name again?
Could you come down? It's kind of hard to hear you from up there.
Are you persuading or deceiving? That's the question. Roll either of your choice that you think
Is
is
it
fitting
hard
for
to
your
hear her?
character. It is not hard to hear her. You can hear her. the intention, I believe, was to bring her closer. So I'll leave it to you. What would you roll?
Oh God, boy.
She kind of give you a wink and says that I know what you're thinking, and for now, I would keep distance at the moment. So
Rue
at least-
persuades her to come closer because it's hard for me to hear her.
How would Rue say?
I hear you. All this dirt in my ear. Can you just come a little closer to me, please? Here to hurt
I'm
you.
gonna step about a fireball's radius away from everybody else.
Do you want me to roll deception? I'm really not here to hurt her.
You can
Knowing
roll
what
persuasion
wizards
or
can do.
deception, whichever your character's intention is. If you're just trying to lie to her, then yeah, persuasion. Okay. Seeing that there is no hostile intent in your word, she knows it's like, well, I guess you're not with those crooks. And she slowly lowers herself with her broomstick closer to you guys.
What?
What?
Not me, but her.
27. She looks at you and it's like, and she looks at you, and Eric says that, well, you know. And she just smiles. With that, you feel
Yeah,
deeply
Elon,
hurt.
you know.
Well, I just need to make sure that you're not one of those deceiving crooks.
Do I look like a crook?
Well, I don't know what those religious nutsacks wear here and there. But
She called them nutsacks, man. And I just am laughing and Elvis just dying.
I'm chuckling as
Brown.
well.
And I look at everybody who doesn't understand.
well,
She called them nutsacks.
They'd be experienced enough to not get closer to the crater like that, so I'd assume that you were not with them, but I just wanted to make sure you were not with them. What are you all doing here?
You didn't verify shit. She said the same thing I did.
Yeah, but you know.
You know, see?
But with a 9, you're about like, hey, yo, B, come here.
It's just good. Makes me better. It's okay.
If it was a guy, then I would say that didn't your mama touch you with speechcraft or something like that. But,
Yeah. Rue said please.
You'd think there'd be cordial respect amongst fellow wizards. Just saying, you'd think.
Well, but yes, what is a fellow wizard in here?
What?
What is
That's
fellow
why
wizard doing?
she didn't come to you. See?
I mean, you could be a
Shake
competitor
my
too,
head and look at him.
I guess, but
I can't hear. You're all talking over each other.
she mentioned that you could be a competitor too, I guess. But she doesn't seem to be that alarmed as she hears a Bruce voice. Very calming.
Yu speaks up and says, Arcane Monument. Are you one of them?
Yeah.
Do you and then he points at his armor. He's like, "Do you recognize this?" As he points to the symbol of his tribe.
I've seen similar ones. Interesting. Well, originally we came to investigate with that in the Temple of Pelor. Although we got busy with jobs here. There were a bunch of other ruins that were left along. Some sort of artifact, I think, in Temple of Pelor. Originally, we were going to clean that up, but the star dropped, so. But why, will you ask? And, well, it is quite unusual that we meet someone who knows our name. Our order is not exactly open to everyone, so how did you know? Are you friends with one of us, or enemies?
I am a member of the Dreadrum clan. Sorry, cannot read right now.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, you're no use.
So Rue
Well, that's
Rue
rude.
looks over at you and says,
We should just
"Her
kill her
your
now.
story." You don't say things like that. Can I share with her what you shared with us on the trek over here? It might help.
No.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it. Have some answers if she knows a little bit more about why we've just shown up here, and since we're not those
Yes.
nut
Taking
sacks
all
that
his-
she talked about.
His warhammer and battle axe. No, we should just kill her.
No.
And she flies like around 10 minutes.
Where's the shard at? Where's the shard at?
Don't
Show me your
know.
shard.
Show
You're
me
after
your
your,
shard.
You're after a shard. Are you after a shard?
Oh, she started talking. You guys go.
No, I mean, she's looking at Sunny as he's yelling at.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at everyone else. What
Oh.
So how's
you know
she
I'm in the
reacting
funnel.
to him taking out his thing?
Yeah, I'm still stunned.
She's asking.
Rue's just kind of
Where
shocked.
is the bypass?
Yeah, she's staring at Sunny at the moment, asking, and Sunny saying nothing at the moment. So I guess
Well, yeah, I'm
awkward
looking at
silence.
the party. Like, you guys should be talking to her. You guys have the pointy ear. No. You guys got the secret handshakes and stuff. So.
But yeah, if someone says that like I should Eldritch Blast at her or something like that, then I'll be like, yep, that is that. So that is that. But
Yes, we were looking for a shard.
Oh, well, since my friends have decided to just blurt it out, but we're not here on behalf of those.
well, if you're
Nut
just
sacks,
looking
I
for
promise.
big bucks, you can get them from there. Although I really don't recommend it. And she points at the crater that has been generated as a pit in the center, where there is about hundreds of those black things surrounding it.
Is the shard in there?
Well, I wouldn't call that a shard. But there's really big one in there.
You know what I'm talking about.
Star shard? You're for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big piece of star there, not a shard of a star.
What? You know what I'm talking about. You don't. Not a bunch of assholes wandering around in a desert.
Yeah, what do you think I'm talking about? If there's a big crystal, and if it breaks off, it's a shard. But what do you
Alright,
call
forget
the
this.
original that came out?
How far away from the crater?
You are about 300 feet away from it. If you want to, I'll draw a battle map for you.
So I'll snap my fingers and say some arcane muttering bullshit and cast locate object on the shard material.
You
Like focusing on the kind that I found in the altar / the one inside the thing.
Can you post the description of the thing again? Once.
1 second.
Yes.
Gotta expand this all the way.
Boop, 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 boop. And this area is less sandy and more rocky. Locate object 1,000 feet. It is 1,000 feet, not in motion. You sense a giant shard of a star about 50 feet below the crater. I mean, below the pit that is generating a giant amount of light in the center.
But not the ones that she's pointing out.
No, she did point out that there is a big one in the center.
I thought she was saying there was like a bunch of them scattered in the walls of the crater.
No, she's saying that there is a big one in the center of the crater.
Just one.
She was saying that there is a really big one, not a shard, the original, where the shards came from. So if you just break that apart, that's a shard.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're all on the same confused page.
It makes
No, I
sense.
get it.
What?
Okay.
what are you confused at? Can you tell me in detail?
Well, I was saying, is the large round thing like the same substance as shards?
Yeah,
Are
but
we
it's the
looking for?
original one.
Right. Well,
It's not a
right.
shard.
So I was thinking like maybe it was like the rock that carried the shards, or is it a big,
Giant
glass-like
source
fragment?
shard.
Now I'm confused.
So
So
see, that's what.
is it made out of shard, or is it carrying a bunch of them on its crater surface?
It is made of shard.
Okay. So it's one
So,
huge
It
thing.
is made of the same substance as a shard, but is much larger. I think that's a better description.
Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. Payday, guys. Let's go.
And you have no qualms about it, us touching it, right?
Well,
Because that
you
seemed to be a
can
big
touch
problem
it.
with everyone else.
You can touch it. It's just that we can't touch it. If you could touch
What do you
it,
mean
we'd have
you can't
touched it
touch it?
long ago.
Why can't you touch it?
Well, it's too dangerous. At least we couldn't find a way.
What?
Is there some elaboration that belongs here? I'm missing something.
Yeah, it's just those things. And she points at those black creatures, about hundreds of them, scattered around the crater.
Oh, so they're making it dangerous.
Well, them, and also the fact that magic doesn't exactly work as is nearby. And,
But my spell worked?
Yeah. Well, we hit the gym, so.
You're outside of the area at the moment. You're at least 200 feet away from it. I will... Boop, boop. Why not? I think this is... Boop. There are some details missing, but... Why don't you guys place yourself like here?
Right where?
Do you guys see me where I'm pinging?
The map is so big.
I did not see a ping.
It's like a couple of feet from the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
And this is to scale?
I'll play... Yep. So, near this token,
My
put it in.
gosh.
It is in scale, I believe. I think this is about the size that I want.
My roll 20 just froze. I think there's like 20 of me on the map somewhere.
So, if I were to turn this into a combat map, I would put like hundreds of the enemies in the center of the crater.
Let's
Sure.
do it.
And yes,
Yeah,
in the center there is a giant pillar of light coming from the above, and there is that's from the center that you can get to. And below 50 feet below that, there is a thing. And the crater is gradually go down. It will be considered difficult terrain to move, but there is a gradual thing in that area.
So, you just said that it's dangerous to be near it because of those fishy looking things over there.
She nods her head brightly. Yeah, they will kill you.
They will
So
try.
The shard itself isn't dangerous. It's just people things.
Shard itself, unless you want to stick them into your body. Well, that was a fun experiment, but unless you do that, shouldn't be dangerous to you.
You've already experimented with.
Tell me what happened when you put a shard in your body.
Well, not my body. That'd be stupid. I mean, who would do self-experiment? Okay. Well, this is going to be my next paper that I'm going to write it for the Arcane Monument. I'm going to be so famous after I publish this. So, once you put them into their body, into a creature, then it certainly enhances their general abilities as well as magic. Generally, it seems to be illusion for some reason, but I think it's just a property of this star. Generally, the spells that I only heard about, even 6, 7, or 8, 9 level of spell illusions, they seem to be able to cast those powers at will.
Oh, how did you learn this?
Of course, experiments. We did a lot of it. Well, what do you think wizards do? We learn and study.
Found that any of these creatures have gotten away from you, or do you put them down after you've learned about what they can do?
Well,
And Brew is very, very confused at this point, and just
to
And the
say
creatures-
that I wish we had enough manpower to contain them, but unfortunately not. I mean, hopefully later, when we have enough time, we can come back and collect them as a sample.
Are they of
Are they paying
intelligent
attention to
design,
us?
or
Well, we didn't exactly thought of the consequences when we were putting them. Well, unless you try it, you don't know what will happen. Although we hypothesized, we had hypothesis. Oh my god! We had
Hypothesize.
we have hypothesized about what will happen, but those are definitely unexpected.
do any of the creatures talk? Been able to talk to them, or do they just still seem like...
Yeah, there was one worm that we tested. That one was talking at the time.
Oh, it was. And I turn around and I like wink at everybody, like, hoo hoo hoo.
Well, it is quite interesting that we can be imbuing intelligence to monstrosities of such kind. That was the first time. Well, I don't think anyone in the field of studies had done anything like that before. And she seemed super excited as she was explaining about this.
What possessed you to track them outside of manpower? Are they just running around the desert now? Do you know where any of them are?
She scratches her head and says that, well, that's not the focus of the experiments at the moment.
What is the focus?
Well,
Shits and giggles.
we have been trying to figure out how to get to the core and what kind of effect it would have. If we can hold on to the power of the star in the center, imagine what it's capable of. Maybe we can transform the whole desert. I mean, it seems like the entire desert was already imbued with magic, but imagine it gets empowered or can be altered. Maybe you can have a desert entirely transformed into a forest or maybe a crop field.
Is that why the desert looks wet?
Oh no, this area, we had no control over it. I think it was those things that transform here. And she points at those fishy-looking black things that are walking around. Although, if you were to look, they're not all black. Although majority of them are like gray-colored black. Some of them are like red, black, or in color. They all varies in color slightly.
Well, that's really interesting. Can I meet with one of them? Do you have a relationship with any of the creatures?
Well, those are kind of hard to talk to. I don't even know that they understand any language.
Can you bring one up to me?
I can't, because as I mentioned, I don't have much power if I get closer to them. Which is main hindrance for our research. It can be pretty difficult for us.
So, out of character real quick, because aquatic elf is my trait, can I attempt to speak to them?
Yeah, you can shout.
Close.
Move your character and shout. Yeah.
Before you do that, I'll put a hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, I was just
maybe I should prepare to understand them in case they start screaming attack at us, you know?
I think that's a good idea.
And I'll drop to my knees, get in a pretzel position, take out my spell book, and stare at comprehend languages for 10 minutes. And Rich will cast that.
Okay. You can do so. And whose tokens is it on the top of the map around?
Those are
Ruth.
my like 100 tokens that came out, and I just moved my one to the bottom where the rest of the party was. So I don't know how many are up there.
Okay. Yep, you cast comprehend languages on them.
On myself.
On yourself. Yep.
So I can, if they start yelling attack, I'll know.
Okay. Tell me when it's 10 minutes are up, and I will. Hello.
Does anybody know a language that isn't common, elvish, draconic, celestial, or infernal?
No, I know abysmal.
Me.
Of course.
Team
Can't hear you, Wolf.
Aaron, Igna, and Terran. So all like primordial languages.
So if someone says something in a language that is not of the languages I just said, I will understand it theoretically. So it works.
Okay, so. Oh. Hello.
Move your token. By the way,
Right in front of me?
as you're doing that, she's like, I'm gonna stay away. And she keeps the distance in the air, about 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna just move like my 30 feet. Let's pretend that that's like 30 feet. And I just.
I'm gonna take a page out of her book and move closer, or maybe even farther. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a back up.
While they're all backing up and being pansy men, I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
They all just ditched me.
And would you like to shout out something?
Yeah, I just want to shout out, hello, I'm Rue. Do you understand me?
Roll performance.
Performance, you said?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is not gonna go well. I feel it. Oh fuck.
Okay. Roll 1d6. Okay. As you shouted out, all these creatures within 60 feet, so these ones, I will mark it with the special one that has turned around. You see all of these ones suddenly turn around.
That red dot's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, the map is really.
If you zoom in, at least, I won't be doing much on the other side of the map, so just zoom in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you zoom in enough scale that you can just see the whole party and the red ones with the dots, then that should be good enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So those ones turned around and they slowly walking towards your directions. And
I turn and look at everybody who is pansy-like and say,
Hey,
I'm following the lead of the person who's been here before.
Eric, you are the only one who hears them in a language that no one understands. Food.
I'd get back now. They seem hungry.
oh.
I take out my moldy corn. Toss it towards them.
No, I don't want to run over there. I want to run behind. What am I
You're gonna
doing?
throw the
I just saw this icon go fly across the map.
Yeah.
Rue scoots back.
What
Stop
just
going in
happened?
the middle.
Why are you throwing yourself into the middle of them? Yeah.
I wasn't. I was moving back towards the S, and it just kept shooting back. I don't know what happened.
As you are pulling apart, roll initiative.
3.
And
Oh,
All of
God.
us? All of us?
Woo!
yes.
Fucking hell.
Let's do it.
My first combat.
I think this is a slaughter instead of combat, but
It'll be fun though.
I don't know it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Oh, good job, guys.
I'll just have all of them move at the same turn.
Good job, everyone.
Hey, look at us!
Very proud of
Yay!
the initiative rolls.
Fucking hell.
I'll just let them go at 9.
Karma, you show
Karma
off.
isn't in the tracker.
You guys don't see yourself in the tracker?
Karma isn't in the tracker. Yeah.
Okay.
You have
Did
to
you highlight
click your
yourself
token
before you roll?
on the
No,
map
I'll let it
before
for
it
you,
adds you
don't
to the
worry.
tracker.
I'll edit. It's fine. Okay, should be fine now. Everyone is in.
Show off.
All right.
Karma.
All these
Show
things are
off.
stashing at you guys. The boundary there, before there is difficult terrain, and before there is difficult terrain where you guys are standing at. Also, I mentioned this is a little bit solid, rocky desert. It's not sandy desert, so it's not difficult terrain for you guys to walk around. And Karma, it is you or the first one, or as these things start charging at you, as Rue is pulling herself back.
Hang on. When does the difficult terrain start? The orange area?
Yep.
Alright. I need to get an idea. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold my action for if they come to me, because I don't want to come to them. I'm not into that area.
Okay.
I don't want somewhere in there.
Also, they should have colors on them, so let me just briefly give them colors, so that you know what is what.
And they don't speak Aquan.
They speak a language. I'm pretty sure none of you guys have it. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they're considered an aberration, I could speak.
They are aberration, but can you speak?
I can understand.
Can you understand all aberration language?
Well, favorite enemy entails with the ranger that I do know the language of my favorite
You
enemy.
need to learn one of their languages, right?
One of their language, not all of their language. There are many type of aberrations and many aberrations with different languages.
Well, I don't,
So there
there's
is
not
red one,
worth-
spirit, and there is a blue one, green one. Blue. I guess no green one here. I guess we'll let's set this one as a blue.
Oops, shit.
Alright, Karma, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot one of them with a short bow, actually.
Alright.
I'll shoot the green one.
Okay. It is kind of being covered by the rock, and you need to move slightly.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, there is an angle a little bit, but yep. As long as you actually, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Never mind. I mean, this is good enough for me. 14 misses, and 25 hits, and deals 7 points of piercing damage. Although, as it pierces that one, it doesn't seem to be that hurt by it. It stares at you.
How's it going?
It's charging at you still. Yes. All right. Anything else? Would you like to move?
Was the
I'll
food
move back.
when they said food, was that like a droll, or was it like do they seem under a kind of control or not?
Insight? Roll insight.
Okay.
After I shot.
Whatever. Probably not gonna work. Whatever.
You cannot tell.
Yeah, can't tell. Of course I can't.
Yeah. 5. Wait,
Yeah, basically what Nemo said.
All right. If that is Karma's turn.
Yep.
Next turn
I moved back
is
towards
Rue.
the rest of the group.
How far am I? My little ruler's not popping up. 65, 60 feet, 65.
The farthest away is 70 from you.
Okay. I think I want to. Let me see if I have this. So magic missile. If I cast a level 1 spell, I have what's
3
it
dots.
called? Spell spaces, but I also have tempest just whatever it's called magic, so I can fly 10 feet as a bonus action without provoking an attack opportunity, fly above everybody and shoot them because there's someone standing in front of me.
And how are you flying?
Just
Can you post the ability that makes you fly?
Yeah, I have due to my storm sorcery, as a first level is the tempestress magic, which is a bonus action when you can cast a spell first level or higher. You can fly 10 feet without provoking an attack of opportunity. So it's 10 feet in the air as I cast the spell. The spell is cast, and then
I posted it.
end of my turn. Oh, I thought it just came up. It didn't come.
Okay, so you don't
No.
stay afloat though? Oh my god.
No.
My throat is killing me.
So that's what I don't know. I've been using it, and in my other campaign, they said like it was ruled that it doesn't stay, that it actually comes down.
I think you can move
my-
any direction though with 10 feet. So I think that's the key. So like 10 feet.
But why would
this
it be
direction.
flying?
Because you can fly like this. Like diagonally.
So
you can
angular?
fly.
It is an
you can-
angular?
I think you can fly angular direction. You can fly backward.
Okay.
Forward, backward, sides, any way that you want. I'll say 10 feet of movements you get for free in the form of flying speed. I really
Okay.
like
But
that.
okay, so if she goes up, right?
Yeah.
10 feet, then did she be out of all melee range? Would she stay that way until the end of her turn, or does she just fall immediately after her turn ends?
I believe that there's a fall rule on the Zanasar. I believe the ruling is that at the end of that creature's turn, all creatures fall. Either end of turn or end of round.
I thought it was end of round. I've been playing it end of round, and that has
round
been
is
like
fair. If you want to do round, that's fine. So you can stay up there for until end of your round, end of the round.
okay. So then,
Round is probably
simultaneous.
Yeah. So yeah, you fly up 10 feet, you cast a spell, you'll be staying there until end of round.
Sweet. So as I fly up, I want to cast magic missile and go after. I guess 2, 3, and 4 are within my range.
You are aware that you will take fall damage of 1d10, 1d6 though. However, right?
It hasn't been called as a rule in the last 8 months, so no, I didn't know that.
There's a fall damage. Whew. But you can stay up there as the end of turn. I mean, in that case, you're kind of yeah. But yes, so magic missile, roll damage against green.
Okay. Hold on, let's see if they'll go. Come on, computer. Did it roll?
Yep.
I need to roll all 3 of them, or is that good for the one?
It's
Sure.
per missile.
Yep.
Because
You
you
didn't
can
roll?
choose which one each one's go.
Mhm.
It's not like 3 missiles of 4 damage. It's 3 missiles damage for each one.
And I think we'll do 1 round and call it a day. And these guys are extremely difficult. Actually, maybe more difficult than Worm, so really to be careful. And yeah. Actually, definitely more difficult than Worm. But yes.
Good, everyone.
Roll more magic missile.
It's not coming. I'm trying, and I have my computer is just highlighted. It's not my Mac is being crappy right now.
1d4 plus 1
Yeah.
then.
Okay, let's see if that'll work. Come on. Is that one coming through? There we go. So that's a 3.
So tree. And 2.
Is there one more?
No, it came.
It's a first level spell.
Crap.
If
Just
it is
double it.
first level, I believe
Yes.
it's 3. So
Can delete that 4.
3, 2, and 6, 9 damage. But dealt 2, 5. Doesn't seem to be that much hurt at the moment. And anything else? Unless you're flying, and you're flying 10 feet in the air, you would fall down and take 1d6 point of damage at the end of the round. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll it now since we're only going to do one round?
Yeah, sure. Aelon.
I'm going to. She's on the floor now, right? Talking to us.
She's still in the air.
Didn't Rue convince her to go on the floor?
Oh, her. She's 30 feet above the air. She actually, as I mentioned, she flew up as Rue is getting closer. She's saying that, I think I'm gonna stay out of this. And she flew up 30 feet into the air.
Fuck.
She doesn't want to be. Yeah.
I'm gonna yell up at her, how much for a ride?
How handsome are you?
What's that charisma like?
Probably at a negative modifier, probably.
Okay. Okay. Why don't we have a vote? Who do you guys think the handsomest guy in the group is at the moment?
Thorny, definitely.
Sonny.
I know, I'm pretty keen on elves. So, I mean, I think that Aelon is probably attractive, at least to our kind. Or my half kind.
I mean, Karma's an elf too.
Right, but right now you need a ride, bro. In check, like right now I'm on team you.
Okay, so Karma is hottest at the moment. That's the canon right now.
Help
So-
a fellow wizard out, please.
I said I think Aelon right now because he needs help. So I'd say he's pretty
I
attractive.
mean, I'll post my picture, and then you, as the decider of how she acts, tell me.
I mean, I feel like the female
Do
should
a
have the
pin-up
say.
calendar.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cute. Yeah,
He's
I'd say
okay.
he's pretty cute. Look at that long, silvery, boxy-like hair. That's what Rue says to you. You like a silver fox.
God damn it.
Roll persuasion check.
Silver elf.
Oh. I was trying to bribe her. And now I have to pay her.
I mean, you could just flirt with her.
Fuck that
That's not-
shit.
That's not a That's not a negative, bruh. What the fuck? You got like normal looks.
Yeah, that is normal. Okay, if it is, if this
I rolled it. It's a
is versus this, let's see.
12.
Okay. She looks at you and is like, I don't know, you're my type at the moment. I'm not
At
a
the
cheap
moment.
girl. And
Try.
I do.
Okay, did that take my action?
No, that's just a talking. It's not an action. RP in my campaign are generally never an action, even though you do, unless you want to have a specific effects with like.
Screw
touching
it.
the enemy
I
or-
suggest you get me out of here, and I'll cast suggestion. With a 3rd level spell slot to make it a 17, and I'm making it a charisma save.
Okay. Let me check her.
Going all out
Okay,
with
she
this
had
one.
0. She had 0 on charisma. Okay.
So beat a 17.
Dang. She does not find you attractive,
She-
bro.
Crosses and is like, that is not nice, and she flies up even more. Actually, that she'll do it in her turn, but she doesn't seem to like it at the moment.
You gotta say something. That's glorious. Oh my god.
God damn it.
You
Should have made it a strength save.
Oh my god.
You had to open your mouth.
What else do you like to do?
I have no other. That's all of my actions.
All right.
You know what? Fine. I'll walk the 20 feet farther away.
Okay.
Fine. Fine.
And you, it is your turn.
Well, his main target now just flew further away. So he'll turn his attention over to those ugly things.
Mm-hmm.
Stand next to. He hasn't gone yet. He'll get next to. What's the distance like? Difficult movement.
They're dashing at you. You can see them. They're dashing at you.
Yeah, he'll just he'll go right here and just hold his turn. If anything gets in melee, he'll swing at it. He's not raging yet because I don't think they'd be able to get to me and attack at the same time right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna gamble on that.
Ulfric.
Oh, do any of them have ranged weapons, or is it all like? Do we see any weapons they're carrying, or are they all just like ugly frog things?
Good question. The green one seems to have a staff with it.
Okay.
Rest of them, however, doesn't have anything. Green one is the only one with the staff.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, then I'll just stay there. If there was range, I'd consider dodge.
Yeah.
But no, I'm good.
We're not on our mounts anymore, right? We like left them back. Okay.
We left them back where?
I would assume Sunny is with his mount. Though that's fair, though, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to get dead.
Okay, if you want to, you can leave your spider behind, but it may be real fishy if you are to run or something. I'll leave it to your choice. What do you want? Do you want spider? Or
I'll leave it with the camels.
Okay. And
Where are the camels?
rest of you guys, I'll say that it is like in the safe distance, a little bit safer. If you want to be with you, it's fine. Also fine. Would you want to have camels here?
I mean, I assumed we brought them all the way up here.
In that case, I'll assume that you're riding your camel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is there anyone else with their camel? Because if it is there and if it dies, I'll say that is that. So.
No.
Is there anyone else with the camel?
Yeah, I was gonna leave them behind, like if we're something.
Okay. So only camel that has been brought is at the moment aliens. The one that aliens riding right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. That is that. And
Do they
alien,
also have 30 feet?
They also have 30 feet, and I believe you moved 20 feet. So I would imagine that you moved with the camel. Actually, camel, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. Do they have 30 feet? They have 50 feet. So you would have 30 feet more movement if you would want to move.
Noted. I am that far now.
Alright. And Wolfric, it is your turn.
Okay. So I move here and which one was everybody attacking?
Green.
Which one? Green? Can I see how many of these guys do I see?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them approaching you guys. 4 is not in your line of sight. You will not see, but you see like the heads of 2, 3, 5, and 7, 9. All of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because their heads will be sticking up, rushing towards
Okay.
you.
And okay, so I'm just going to attack green guy.
That hits.
And I'm gonna fuck. I'm a hunter's mark him as a bonus action.
Learning lessons, I see. Okay.
And I'm gonna attack him again.
Okay. That hits. 14 and Hunter's Mark. Looking at those damages, I'm pretty sure you can beat the worm if you fought. But yes. But can you beat these guys? Let's see.
We can defeat everything.
Is this your turn?
As long as Paylor is with us.
Yes.
Alright. And it is their turn. Don't be surprised as these guys dash at you. As prophesized.
I get a hit on number 2.
Yes, you do.
Well, do I get to pick? Well, no, I said as soon as someone goes into melee.
Yeah. Green one, however, will move up to here. Does not dash. And these two will dash here. Who is this, by the way, at the moment?
The spiders with the camels.
Okay, the Sunny. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep, 18 hits with your second attack. I'll say you can do second attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I think it's more fair that way. I mean, you're skipping your turn. So.
Thank you.
Nice. Woo!
So that's 8, 10, 16 on the second, 15 on the first, total of 31.
31 points of damage against number 2, and all of these guys use their action to dash up there. However, the green one raises up its staff and shouts out a language that you do not comprehend, but as he does so, you see a flare sparking in the air and fireball.
Cool.
Bring it.
On these two centered there. So Rue and Karma make dexterity saving throw. You make the saving throw. You also make the saving throw. And you guys
lucky.
take 14 points of damage as the explosion happens in the middle of the desert, making a tiny little crater. And you also see that the green one slightly regenerates his wounds.
Oh, what a dick.
He heals
How
for
could he?
10
That's super
points
rude.
of damage. Yes. All of them has slightly different abilities, so. But there you go. And Sunny.
Alright, so I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. Oh, character sheet's loading.
Alright. You need to make saving throw for all of them.
Isn't it on the start of their turn?
Yeah, on their turn they do it.
No, they entered it for the first time as you cast it.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it wisdom? I believe
Shit. I don't know.
It's wisdom or dex, and I can't remember.
It is wisdom.
Alright.
So it would be like, I don't know, DC 14 or something.
Starting from the
Yeah, DC
number
14.
2. Number 2 is black one. Black one makes a saving throw. Wisdom fails a saving throw. And the number 9, the gray one, makes a saving throw. Fails a saving throw. And red one makes a saving throw. Fails a saving throw. Green one makes a saving throw.
Is green one in its range?
20 feet. Makes a
Oh,
saving throw. Green one is the only one makes a saving throw, will take half damage. And blue one makes a saving throw.
It's only a 15-foot radius.
Fails. Oh! Okay, then I'll say green one doesn't take, but all the rest of the guys takes a full amount of damage. Roll the damage.
Yeah, I rolled it. It was a 7.
What? Oh
Yeah,
my
3d8.
god, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
That's the least
When the
amount of
creature
damage.
first enters the area or starts its turn there.
Yeah. Okay. All of them will take 7 amounts of damage, and they'll take. You get to reroll on the beginning of your turn. Beginning of their turn.
Okay, so I also, for my bonus action, I'm gonna like dig into the one of the pouches and throw it. That was at D8. And so a tiger is going to appear by the whatchamacallem, this dude.
Alright.
And I give it the verbal command to pounce.
Yep. I'll say you can attack right
Okay.
I'll say that all of them takes the same initiative as you, to be, easy. It's comfortable.
Okay.
It's pretty good for you that way, so I doubt ever that you have a problem. So, fast game.
Will we count as like nah, the 20-foot move? Probably not. So we'll get the ball attack.
13 misses.
Alright.
Alright. And what was her name? Sildris, seeing that Steve's like, are you sure you'll be doing that? These guys are pretty strong. And she beckons for you guys to run. It is his turn, and we will start the initiative next turn. I think actually, at the moment, feels like you guys may be able to beat it.
How's number 2 and number 5 looking?
Not much hurt. And I just realized that all of them have magic resistance. So they would have made the save, but I didn't see that anyway, so whatever. They may have made the save, who knows. I didn't see that, so I'm just gonna have them all fail anyway. But they do have magic resistance. You feel like your magic is a little bit ineffective.
Yeah.
Means that they give advantage on saving throws.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
If we hypothetically were to retreat, based on how they dashed up and pretty quickly through that difficult terrain, up to us,
It was 60
do
feet.
we have a
All
chance?
of them had regular movement.
Yeah,
All of
but
them are 30 feet.
but they were going through difficult terrain at the beginning part of their movement.
Yeah.
The darker sand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still, like, total distance is 60 feet. So difficult terrain was like 40, and then
Okay, I see.
yeah, when I
Yeah.
calculated, it was like, yep, it's good enough.
I wasn't paying
The
attention
dash.
to math.
Yeah.
Would we even have a chance of running away if they can keep up with us?
Depends on how smart you be. Yeah. And depends on their con and your con. And how fast Sunny can run. I think that's the main factor here. But I think this is... if
I
you
will
today-
survive!
Woo! But yes,
Yeah, I think- I may need to fight it out.
but yes, the Sildris says that, have you not heard of these creatures? Their stats are pretty strong. And we're gonna call the session here, as we'll come back to the next
gotta go.
initiative at the next week. Although there are a lot of talking and inactions, and I feel ya for those of you who wanted to kill a lot of stuffs, kill the worm, kill the wizards, kill the priest. I love killing stuff too, but time to time people don't want to kill, so there's that. But yes, next week we will come back to the combat and see what you get out of here. Yes.
Kill the green
As,
thing!
Alright. That was fun.
But yes.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and hopefully see you guys all next Monday. I welcome any feedbacks, and yeah.
Well, I gotta go. I'll catch you guys next week. I
Bye.
just got the new house like 3 hours ago. So.
Oh,
Yay!
and before you guys go, I have one thing. Probably not for Sunday because you're too busy. But
Okay,
I
bye.
have a game. Someone who wants to host a game on Tuesday. Tuesday 9. Was it a.m.? 9 p.m. No wait. Let's see. Yeah, 9 a.m. PST. So 9 in the morning, 9 a.m. PST on Tuesday. There's a game hosting by one of the person that I know. I don't know if that campaign will be good or not. It's his first time in hosting campaign, I think. But he's recruiting. So if anyone's interested, you can play with me. Woo! I'm a player. So yeah, I just wanted to advertise that.
I'm off on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Then you should go and type on the Tuesday channel. See what can work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a question.
Yes.
When reading through the book he showed me, which spells were in it?
I counted 40 evocation spells from Dungeon. Let's see.
So the first 40 starting from the lowest level? Or how are you doing
Highest
it?
level. But let me see. I believe that if you add them all up, it's like 40 in a way. But let's see. I think it's almost all of it except cantrips. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I was doing a random thingy, but it's like a master level, like archmage level of wizard, right? And I didn't want to do like random spell for that much, and because there's no software to do it, so I had to pick manual spells, and it's like, oh, there's so much work. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm okay if you say that if we have all evocation there. If you're okay with that. In that case, we'll just say if there are no other spells. This was his book of evocation that he had. Probably get multiple spell books. Yeah, want to do that?
I mean, it's your item.
All right.
You must decide.
I believe. Oh, it's interesting.
And I just realized that she would have had advantage on the save against the charm spell anyway. Because she's a high elf.
I'll say that it has all the spells except cantrip and first level.
Okay.
Yeah, it has second level and above, all of it. That's a little bit more than 40, but whatever. For convenience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Time to do some shopping.
Hmm.
See which spell books I want to buy. Spell. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. You can buy scrolls. Rue won't die. Rue
I don't know,
won't
y'all.
die.
My hit points, I've got 16 left.
There is a flying wizard with a broomstick.
I'm gonna try and hit on her next time, so that's gonna be my turn.
Indeed.
Tried it already.
I'm
Doesn't
gonna use
work.
it to my advantage.
No, but I do.
Well, I've had
love
success.
role-playing. So if you want to role play in combat, I encourage it. That's why I generally don't take up like persuasion as an action. Talking is always free.
Oh, rad. That's good to know. Well, it was fun. Hopefully, I don't die next week.
Woo. These guys are no joke. So if you guys beat it, then I'm positive that you guys can beat it. So
We only are fighting those 6, right? Like none
For
others?
now.
I promise you guys that you guys will not bring them up unless you want to. If you want to, I don't know what you're thinking. So yeah.
Oh, hell no. Okay, I guess we'll be chatting a lot this week, guys. Rest of your week. I will see you next time.
I'll see you
Yeah.
next time.
Bye.
But yeah, have you had fun this session?
Yeah, I'm having way too many technical problems on my end.
Yeah. Was that in
Probably
there?
because I'm on an entirely different continent. I don't know if I can. I probably won't be able to keep doing this because this computer just keeps shutting off all the time.
If you do feel like you're having too much technical problem and the campaign is going on too hard, you could probably take a long break and jump back in if you feel you're ready anytime. So if you're thinking about that, that's fine. And I did see few players in the past who have dropped out because of the technical difficulty. Although their case was that they were dropping out constantly of the voice chat because they didn't have enough internet. But I've seen a bunch of people like that. That's why in the recruit chat it's like, make sure video chat works for you. But yeah, it's happening.
It seemed to work fine. All this stuff seemed to work fine on my end, but apparently going to an entirely different continent doesn't work out.
But yeah, still is finally your decision. I'll leave it to you. I won't kick you out because you have bad connections. You're a good player. So.
Wow.
But yes, But yeah, if I get enough players in Europe, right?
Yeah.
European Legion. I believe that the Tuesday one is European Legion because the reason why it's 9 a.m. PST is that it's 6 p.m. at Germany. That the game is being hosted. It's hosted by a German guy, so server will definitely be at Europe. So that may help you out. And if I have any other campaigns that is hosted in Dead Legions, I'll let you know too. Yeah. But if you're thinking about dropping out because of the connection, I'll say that just like maybe next week or something, maybe you can like tell the group before you leave. It's like, this is the last campaign. Have proper farewell instead of just gonna drop out. That'd be nice. And,
Just lullaby and then click out.
Yeah. It's like lullaby. It's like no. Yeah, those type of things are sad, right? It's internet, but people should still treat people like people. So, but yeah, I'd be fun.
I'll probably show up for the next one just to have the last session.
Okay. If it is your last session, I'm okay with you doing some flavorful stuff if you want to. If you want to like heroically do stuff, have you heard of plot points? Plot points. So it's like you make something happen, just like a Minjian.
Oh,
So
right.
if you can heroically describe what your character do, I'll let you do it. Instead of going for the roles and stuff like that most of the time.
Alright, I'll come back to you on this.
If you have fun ideas that you want to make your departure more memorable and fun for you and for the group, then yeah, we can talk about it beforehand too. And if you want to do it on spot, that's also fun. But yeah.
Yeah. See ya.
Alright. Good night.